Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel like always. Today we're going to come at you with another review. This one's going to be of the Mezco 112 Collective Deluxe Edition of John Constantine. I was able to pick this up at my local comic shop for around $100. Again, the local comic store around here is Lemon Juice McGee's Comic Cavalcade in Somerset, Kentucky. So if you're in the area, go check him out. I can say a lot about this figure prior to reviewing it. It does have pros. It does have a couple of cons here and there, but the pros far outweigh that, and the damn detail far outweighs it too. Give it to Mezco again for sideshow quality detail and a way smaller package on a budget. So let's punch in, go ahead and review this figure. Alright, so here is the box for the Mezco 112 Collective Deluxe John Constantine. As you can see, there is some killer art on the front. Of course, the name of the figure is always at the top, like with Mezco. You love to see it. Down at the bottom, you see the Mezco 112 logo and the DC Comics logo. You flip the box to the side, and what you'll see, of course, is going to be another Mezco logo, some more John Constantine art. Top of the box is pretty unremarkable. It's another embossed Mezco 112 Collective, just like with most of them. You flip the box to the side again, and there is some more John Constantine artwork depicted here, and the Mezco Toys logo. On the back of the box, you can see the figure pretty clearly, and I'll say some of the accessories that it comes with. It's got the 4 head sculpts, the swords, the spell effects, the crucifix, the chainsaw. Down at the bottom, the plethora of hands. You'll see the tarot card hands. I'll show you more of those later. The stand and the flight stand. Why he needs a flight stand, I don't know, but Mezco includes them with pretty much everyone. What's not listed here is some things that Warner Brothers did not want depicted. He comes with a bag of cigarette contraband of varying lengths and ashes, smoke effects, and a lever-action shotgun that's pretty detailed. He comes with his trademark lighter with a flame effect 1 and another lighter that's closed. So, I mean, Warner Brothers doesn't like people to see that, and there was some sketchy, Mezco might not include this with the figure, and then Mezco gave the old nod and wink and it was included, so don't worry, it is in the box, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Alright, as far as the accessories for John go, you'll see 3 head sculpts when you open the box. Now, I've already opened this and took the liberty to remove the plastic. You'll see a beat-up head sculpt with the bandage over the nose, things like that, eyes swelled partially shut. Sort of a smiling, determined head sculpt, I suppose. And over here, you'll see a smirking, eye swelled shut, injured head sculpt. The head sculpt that comes on him looks a little bit angry. John's already out of the box and posed. Coming down, you'll see one of the lighters that he comes with. You can see all the embossing and detail on it. The other one is open and has a flame effect at the top. It does slot in here. I do have that on the figure as of now. He comes with an open hand, 2-fisted hands, holding hands, another set of spell-casting hands, another set of sort of open grabbing hands, open hands for casting again, and tarot card hands. Now, if you look at the detail with these tarot card hands, though, you'll actually see, if I can get that to focus, that there is some small print on these cards. Now, the phone doesn't focus and do the detail really well, but if you see these cards are already printed and in the fingers and slotted, they are glued in place. But these the tarot card hands are a good effect. Now, you also have one dagger here with the double blades. You have another dagger here that's more of a sword and actually elongated. You have a crucifix here with some embossing and skulls at the ends. And down here, you have some cigarettes of varying lengths and smoke. Actually, I think these are all 3 the same, maybe just in case you lose one or break one. Not positive. And then we'll move on to the second tray. Now, the coat does not come on the figure. It's actually sitting here, but I already have it on the figure. It will be in a bag with some silica gel. You get the Mezco bag for the accessories. You get some smaller spell casting things to go on his forearms. You get a couple smaller ones for the wrists. Here you get the chainsaw, which is pretty cool. Here you get a blue effect and a star effect for the hands. You get 2 flame effects that sit in the hands. Here's the bag of cigarettes, varying lengths and ash. Here's some more smoke effects for the figure, such as smoke rings. And of course, here is the Mezco flight stand. Alright, so moving on to the figure itself. As you can see, that head sculpt is pretty remarkable. This is probably the best Constantine figure out there for the buck. The McFarlane one is pretty good, but I think Mezco went a lot farther with it. Even the rifle, the lever action on it works, and the sight does work too. You can see the other lighter I was talking about with the flame effect there. Now, to get his coat on him, you will have to work with it. You'll actually have to remove the hands to get the coat on the figure. But the coat is wired. Now, I talked about there were some cons with this figure. There are a couple. The coat does hinder the articulation quite a bit. So you can't really get him in as many good poses as you could without doing some severe work with him. The tie isn't wired, but the collar on the tie is. So you can still get the tie into some great poses. Of course, the cigarette going in the mouth and actually damaging it after some time is a con. Other than that, this figure is actually really great. You can see the coat here is wired, so you can get into some pretty dynamic poses as well. I did have to work with him quite a bit to get him in this pose to prop the rifle up on his shoulder, and as you can see here, it's still not sitting fully on there. There are wires at the bottom of the coat. The coat's belt is wired, and the collar is wired as well. If you come around, you look at the back of the figure, it does actually have some stitching detail that's pretty fantastic. The belt loops are there, things like that. And if you look at the stand, it does have the same stellar art from the front of the box. The articulation is standard for Mezco, so it's actually really good articulation. It's like I said, the only con really is the coat does hinder the poses you can get him in without doing a little work with him. I'm not going to tax the figure to show you that because I'm afraid I'm going to break mine. It is my copy of the figure, so I'm not willing to go that far. But it does have standard Mezco articulation, so if you're a Mezco fan, you know what that is. Now, you actually may ask yourself, how do some of these effects work? The cigarettes and smoke effects actually go into the face. What it is the chin is kind of hinged. You can get the mouth open on all the head sculpts to about 0.25. And then slide the cigarettes into it. Now, if you do leave the cigarettes in there for more than 24 hours, it will cause the mouth to remain open. It should begin to close after 24 to 48 hours. So don't do this too much or you may cause some damage to the figure. This is, of course, how all the spell effects slot into place. And this is, of course, how the flame effects slot into place. Okay, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today and reviewing the Mezco 112 Collective Deluxe John Constantine figure. In my book, like I said earlier, the figure's a 9.5 out of 10. It does have its cons, but I feel like this is the best Constantine figure out there if you're looking for one. DC's favorite sorcerer and con man is actually depicted quite well here. Todd McFarlane's is good, but this is next level good. This is like sideshow quality in a Mezco package. So you definitely get what you pay for with the $100 for this figure. I was able to pick mine up at my local comic shop, but again, I'll leave a link to the figure down below from someone such as the Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, or maybe the Mezco site itself so you guys can pick up one of your own. That said, guys, thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for coming to watch. If you don't mind, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and hit that notification bell so you know when I post more content so we can help the channel grow. I do appreciate every single one of you there for it. And like I said, if you're new here and you enjoy the content, hit that subscribe button. It's free. Guys, that said, I will punch out and I will see you later. I hope you enjoyed the review today.